going to give this a shot. Monitoring. Theoretically, we're good. Hey, Angie, thanks very much. You hearing me okay? Just want to double check. I just got a lavalier microphone here, and I want to make sure it's working right. Okay, good. Well, this is actually really good because theoretically now, no matter where I move in the room, I should still be very audiophiled. That being said, let's go grab a few things for some light work this evening. And if you can, if there's any kind of thumpity, bumpity, scratchity, scratchity, let me know, because I want to make sure that if I hit this little gizmo here, there isn't too much feedback on the audience. I got, what is it, noise suppression and all the rest, but if it gets choppy, scratchy, or any of that fun stuff, give me a shout. Thanks. All right, let's go visit the inflatable bin. Oh, I would like a slightly larger inflatable. And let's go visit. Oh, that took a little battering. I have to find where I hid the glue. Oh, glue is right there. Oh, fantastic. It's almost as if somebody vaguely competent started rearranging this. Oh boy. All right, we shouldn't need that. Morning, Kim. How's it going? I am exhausted. I have been putting together a big old craft room redo for a while. And yeah. Whew. I'm glad you're able to join us here, Angie. Fantastic. Tonight's big test is the new microphone sitting on my collar to make sure we don't have to deal with crazy little these things, the camera microphones. Yeah, from time to time I will do a live stream. Fairly often, in fact, these days over the summer. Oh, good. Excellent. We're working with my new lavalier microphone. Fantastic. You'll be able to hear me have a heart attack as well. This thing just does not want to slow up. Since I was getting all sorts of new stuff, I kind of figured that grabbing one during the good old Prime Day bit there was probably a good idea. Well, if I remember right, the self-CPR is just violent coughing. Well, I've got a very expensive pump sitting over behind me, but it's a matter of, is it really worth it for the time? Yes, it is. It's absolutely worth it. Give me a sec. Yeah. I agree with you guys. Ugh. Ugh. I have a somewhat more expensive pump. I suppose it's the fact that I just have been cleaning everything and moving everything. It's like, but moving, but if I go and grab the pump, that means I moved a thing, and then it won't be in the place where I put it that it's supposed to be, theoretically, and that will make the room all not clean. It's like survivor's guilt for craft room cleaning. Well, it won't be great, but it won't be me having a heart attack either. I probably ought to get a head for this thing, but I'll do beach balls. But so long as most of the air goes into the beach ball, I don't care. I can finish it off with a little bit of old-fashioned huffity puffing. How's the two-angle thing working for folks? So I can go back to one angle if we need to. I just thought it would be good to have multiple sides. Good stuff. Yeah, I should have done this from the beginning. There we go. There we go. Shoot. Fantastic. All right, now I'm going to put the compressor back where it's supposed to be for now. It's got to be clean, got to be clean, got to be clean. Just clean, just get things out of here, just move things, everything's got to be clean. Maybe not so much clean as simply less mess prone. All right. Ooh, pardon. So much garlic. Good Lord. Just want to make sure we're not hemorrhaging air. This is a relatively large ball. I just want to do a little bit of stripping tonight. Don't get your hopes up, ladies. Because everything is still kind of get the test for the new system going. I've got a bunch of vacuuming I want to do in here, and a lot of garbage I got to haul out. All right, close enough. That's probably too much. But that's fine, because I can always make, or I can always use more. How the hell do you make this stuff? I'm looking around for ingredients. It's like I've never made this before. What's going on? Have to restock the flour bag pretty soon. Yeah, I'll start with that for now. In case anyone wondered, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. Tried to keep all the frequent use stuff very, very close. Obviously, everything I use to make paste and clay. Make a little mess. There we go. All right. Did I plug this thing in? No. No, I didn't. Excellent. That makes me exceedingly happy, Angie. Exceedingly happy. The whole point of doing this whole mad, crazy, YouTubey, streamy thing was to make sure folks got their Halloween goodness on. Excellent. Oh, yeah, I am super happy. When this year's big projects are making the My First Pumpkin video. As well as the, let's see here, My First Pumpkin. I've got a couple of tombstones to make. The big craft room rearrange. And, yeah. And anything else I get to. I have a hover monster I need to get to. But there's certain things that are kind of, that's all you have to do. Try your best. If you're having fun, everything's fine. All right, where'd that giant beach ball go? Here we go. Hoi! This might be a slightly too ambitious project, but screw it. All right, now I realize a problem with the positioning of the monitor. If I have a giant pumpkin in front of me, I can't read. This is why we do these things. We have these little moments so we can figure out what the hell's going on. All right, this is an issue. I think we can correct the issue by taking the monitor and moving it slightly to the side. This resin probably needs to go in a resin specific area anyway. This ring light is on a tripod, so I can go that way. Red alert, more on moving stuff. Okay. Talent has nothing to do with it. It's all about heart and keeping at it. If I'd stopped on my first pumpkin, none of my stuff would be looking the way it does now. I'm going to move this microphone ever so slightly down to my lower cuff here. You guys just let me know if it trails off, teeters out, or does any other stuff. I'm actually going to... Oh, colors. Can I take that down? That was up. This is down. There we go. However, it's making a god-awful noise. All right, good. Well, we'll work from that. I just don't want it making god-awful noises at me. I've had enough god-awful noises tonight. I've had to listen to myself move things for hours. I have no idea why I just tore that in half. I'm too used to doing the tiny little 12-inch beach balls. That's okay. It's all okay. This whole thing here is just to remind ourselves how to do the big boys, have a little fun, and test out the everything. Mostly have a little fun. All right, let's do some big strips first so I don't go mad. So those little guys are going to take a while. I forgot. I can use big strips again. I might have to go back to 5-gallon bucketing my paper clay, though, is that toilet paper clay goes on so flippin' fast with that spatula method. It's insane. Absolutely insane. This is entirely for both fun and education. When I started off, it was mostly, as I say in many of the tutorial videos, because I hate those foam pumpkins, the funkins. Mostly because I think they're horrifically overpriced every single fall. I think they've come down a lot from where they were, but certainly when I was in the mood to get lots and lots and lots of pumpkins, they were stupidly priced. And I was very, very frustrated and looking for things that I could make pumpkin props out of that would be cheaper. And I can't remember what day it was or what, but suffice to say, I searched YouTube for paper mache pumpkins and I came across Jay Wall's tutorial on how to do it. And that's where I started. So I made one based on his stuff, and I can't remember if I don't know, for some reason or other, I wanted to do my own tutorial video on it. I don't think he did a bad job at all, but I guess I thought I could do a slightly punchier job. And so it began. Whew. And now it's perpetual papier-mâché pumpkin palooza, which has always been quite fun. Though this year I have been thinking I really need to make some other stuff. The downside is that it comes down to what other stuff shall we make. I've got the floaty ghost project thing that I've already made the head for there, but I want to make some just other stuff. Still spooky stuff, but other spooky stuff. And there's a limited amount of things that fit with our theme. And if there's one thing I and my haunt compatriot are adamant about, is keeping the theme. I have a lot of fun with it. It's just nice to sit back, relax. I mean, you know, just like I finished all that frickin' moving stuff around tonight, doing a little bit of work with the streaming software, and then sitting here going, you know, it'll be really fun just doing some nice light pumpkin work. And layering is nice light pumpkin work. It's simple, it's easy, it's no-brainer. It doesn't take any excessive thought. Pardon? And I'm now also just exceedingly glad that I have the streaming computer up here in the craft room with me. I don't have 50 miles of USB cable between me and the downstairs PC. Always happy to. In fact, I've really got to get going. Well, I'm not going to harp on that. I'm constantly saying, I got to get going on that new video. Yes, I know. I'm going to sound like a broken record if I keep repeating that little mantra. Whew. And next week, I should have my mom over to do a witch bottle with me. I don't know if that'll be streamed or not, though. It'll probably be Thursday or Friday. Incidentally, how's the camera angles? That's not bad. I kind of like having that second over the shoulder angle. As long as the audio is only coming from the lavalier mic, we're in great shape. And I think the lavalier can go for like 6 hours. And then I have the second one, so. Because it has the capacity to do stereo voice. This guy really should have 6 layers, but I have no idea if we're going to get that far. Feels so weird using great big strips again. Rumor has it that next year they're going to have me go back to my old stomping grounds in the school to do a lesson series on making pumpkins. That should be pretty fun. Yeah. As long as the students actually want to do it. And not just, yeah, I want to get out of doing actual real work, so let's do this art weirdness. And then, no, I don't really want to do this art weirdness. Screw it. But we'll see when the time comes. We'll see how much the bigwigs want to spend. Because if they really want to spend, then I may be able to teach people how to do some light airbrushing and some of the other stuff too. And that'll be a great setup for our auto collision program, because they deal a lot with the air spray paints. No matter what, we'll have some fun. Because there's always usually one student who's into it. I need to get another chair with a back up here. That, or I need to take this chair to the welding shop and fix it up. I wonder what the face on this guy is going to look like. Should be fun to find out. Part of it is also just down to flat out doing it, Kim. So just grab your stuff, grab a thing, and paint it. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. The airbrush can just get those smooth textures. Incidentally, I need to check the screen here real quick. Okay, I was kind of worried about that. Yeesh. Right. Text directions. We have to make the font a bit smaller because, good God, that is just... That's atrocious. You can't read any of that. Yeah, yeah, you can't see any of that. Quite frank, it just looks awful. I mean, it's fine if I yeah and yeah, but it is like I do that and it just pancakes right down. That's awful. About that. I feel like none of these things are doing anything. Refresh. Oh. The intent, of course, is so that folks on different media can see what other folks are writing, but hmm. That thing is just about yeah. I mean, that's supposed to be the layout. Let's reset that. Reset that. For a little while, we may just have to live with it until I can figure out why the smeg it's so awful. I mean, I had it in a column over there. It was fine. And obviously, if we do this, it's fine. But if we go squish, there's no like word wrap setting. Oh yeah. Let's just do a quick checkbox. Yes. Color, font. Let's just go Arial for a minute. Let's see what happens. Now it's squished in Arial font. That was great. Hide when idle. Hide timestamps. Hide. What does this do? Source transition. No. Filters. No. Masking. No. Background removal. God, why would I want that? Rotation. Cropping. Top cropping. Nope. Bottom cropping. Nope. Left cropping. Nope. It's like they've just decided that this will be terrible. We're going to try one more thing, and then I'm just going to get back to work because this gets a little boring. Auto crop. Let's try auto crop. We shall see if the auto crop makes it auto crap. Yes, it does. Okay. So we're just gonna, yeah, just, yep, yep. It's fine. Everything's all fine now. We're all fine. How are you? I've just made it in tinier font on this screen here, so you can still read it, but you know, I mean, you'll need an electron microscope, but I'll call that a fix. Back to the pumpkin. The pumpkin likes me. Pumpkin doesn't malfunction. That's all good. The solution will be out there. I'll just have to kibitz with it. Worst case scenario, I go to a slightly different split screen. In fact, I already kind of have in mind what I can use. So, no biggie. No biggie at all. Let's just go across that way. Can flavor me ultra, not worried. Yeah. I'll either screw around with it or I'll delete it and re-add it to that source. Just going to take some little time. And it's time I don't want to spend mucking about with it right now. Right now, all I want to do is put tiny paper strips onto a big paper thing and paint flower slop onto it. You know, the whole pumpkin sentinel problem, honestly, is rooted in the legs. Because if you want to do them and have your guys be freestanding, you've got to put like rebar in there to hold it up. And if you don't put rebar in there to hold it up, then you need a tripod type setup. And the problem with the tripod setup, it's the same reason I don't really have any standing skeletons, is that everybody can see the black pipe extra that's holding things up. So kind of breaks the suspension of disbelief. It's not awful, but I like my stuff to be as believable as possible. Let's use these tiny strips up. Big believer in maintaining or assisting the audience to maintain their suspension of disbelief. They know it's all fake. They know it's Halloween. They know it's all blah, 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 blah. But the more stuff they see behind the scenes, the more dread impact I lose, quite frankly. That's why we go so heavy with our lights and other bits. I like to have that stuff just be as absolutely, I hate to say realistic, but I want to have as few details as possible separating my guests from the illusion. That's why our costumes are vaguely terrifying. That's why there's no movie monsters in the haunt except for Sam. And that's because I don't really consider Sam to be a monster in and of himself. He's a spirit of Halloween. You could throw Sam in any horror movie and he'd be perfectly in place. Besides, we all know Sam was never meant to be in the movie. He just showed up and they just started filming him. Another reason why you'll never see me do the alien theme. The minute you start throwing little green men out there, I think you lose a whole lot of that quasi-believable magic. In some regards, you don't even have to do any kind of serious work. You just have to have stuff that looks odd and spooky enough as to be out of place for a regular night on the town. Hence a lot of our lighting effects. It's just different. And that was another video series I was thinking of as the hopefully helpful home haunt hints. I don't know how much use it'll be, though. There's a lot of stuff out there that's already in place. If anybody is doing serious searching into scare tactics. Maybe I'll work on a full-size branch wraith. Or a branch wraith witch. The only downside to doing that is that that amount of witchwood takes a long arse time to put together. The other only downside with layering streams is generally they are also about as boring as watching paste dry. Sorry about that. But I was flipping exhausted from moving crap around, so we get what we get. Oh, I need some tunes, I believe. And the other thing I brought up from downstairs was the tunes. Though these guys were supposed to be integrating with the computer, but the computer does not like their Bluetooth. Fortunately, my phone does. And my phone has access to an absolutely enormous drive full of tunes. Storage. Music. I'm gonna look for a little Blind Guardian. I haven't heard Blind Guardian in ages. Cool. No problem, Angie. Have a wonderful evening, morning, whatever it is in your time zone. Thanks for hanging out. Stay pumpkiny. No problem. You can lurk, you can chat, you can do what you want because you're an adult and you can do whatever you want. Have a wonderful morning. No worries. I stream at all sorts of weird, crazy hours too, so. No pressure. was a huge indoor sale last year. Take care, Andy. Yeah, choo choo. We're all strange hour people right now. I mean, during a normal schedule, I wouldn't be doing this, but it's summer, so. Yeah, it takes a little longer, but I think these strips are adhering better. Smaller strips are always better for that anyway. Normal. What other people, not me, tend to do on average. Go figure. The song on Blind Guardian is called Halloween. I didn't even know they had a Halloween song. The machines are listening to us. Eventually, that will definitely be the case. I always generally consider myself a bit of an oddball, so. Back in the good days before everything got way too crazy. I only really remember TV in color. But I'm an 80s kid, so. I do remember having very few channels, though. 3, 5, 7, and 9. And let's face it, 5 and 7 were the same thing. On crazy, insane days when the weather was just right, the antenna would pick up Fox 68. Uh, to this day, my oven light is actually still blinking. It's just not worth it to change it over, and I never use it to tell the time anyway, so... I think the worst, though, is setting daylight savings in the clock in your car. I remember many of those clocks being very, very temperamental. Nice. Just letting my back flex for a sec. I'm not even familiar with a Colorado coordinated clock. I think this ball may have a slight slow leak in it. It's not really a problem, but it's something to plan for. Yeah, my problem along those lines is that I am simply too heavy for a lot of the office and gaming chairs. Even the heavy-duty billeted ones are entirely too fragile to contain my sheer masculinity. At least that's what I'm deciding to call it right now. I have one that was vaunted to go up to 550. The downside is that the first thing that always seems to go are those stupid pneumatic pistons. And that was fine for a while. I didn't mind being in the lowest position too much, but then it got a little annoying, so I took it into the welding shop and fixed it. Locked it into the uppermost position. But then other things started to go on it. And the other problem too with the heaviness is finding wheels that will last for any length of time without snapping, because they're all Chinso plastic garbage. Yeah. I had good luck with a few for a while, but suffice to say, it's an endless cycle of repairs. I just want a friggin' chair that will last. And I can probably custom build one in the welding shop, but... but then any problems I have with it are all my fault. Yep. Those chairs are definitely made to fail. unless you were truly a waif, which I am not. All right, let's try something else for a bit. David Arkenstone. Well, let's see here, probably just under Arkenstone. Yep, there it is, Arkenstone. Let's try Eternal Champion. These earbuds were another good purchase. They're nothing special, but having never had wireless earbuds before, and having been constantly afflicted with copyright violation notices on my streams, I feel very blessed to have the capacity to repair most things that happen to chairs and other bits. Oh, pardon. Way too much garlic on that steak. I haven't really looked at anything difference for carpet wheels versus regular. The ones I got were these large, translucent ones. They probably were quote-unquote carpet wheels. I agree with you to an extent. I didn't think it's too much garlic. I just think there's a difference between finely chopped fresh garlic and overdosing with garlic powder. I overdosed with garlic powder. The ones I got definitely were very, very rolly. That was nice. Yeah, mine was not fresh garlic. Mine was this steak would taste better with garlic. And I had a big old thing of garlic powder. So I shook a little bit of that on. And then a tiny bit of salt. I'm lying, a lot of salt. As much salt as it needed. It was delicious, don't get me wrong, but my tummy is reminding me that copious amounts, there was a reckless amount of powdered garlic used. I've forgotten how light and airy David Arkenstone's music is. Very relaxing. Unfortunately, I made way too much paste. Way too much paste. I've seen a couple of those things on growing your own garlic and other stuff just by replanting, effectively leftovers or cloves or other bits, or I should say cloves of garlic, other bits. I have a bit of a black thumb when it comes to plants. And they always make it look too easy. Oh, here, just take this, take that. Buzzbear. Kitty cat. Hi. Who is it? It's Sam. Hey, buddy. Yeah. They're all too much like, oh, just take this, take that, put it here and some this, and do that to it, and then in 2 days, ha-ha. Oh, boy. You know, I have threatened to do a pumpkin mask. Maybe this will be the one. Maybe. I think my head could fit inside this thing. Mm-hmm. Plants need water. Here, water plant. Glug, 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 glug. Why'd it die? I don't even bother gardening. I leave the the weeds and I have an agreement. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. And somewhere in between, greenness happens. Pardon. I am very glad that the lavalier mic, though, is working. I have a pokeberry weed that likes to pop up. That was an interesting one because I looked it up. Like, every part of this plant is poisonous. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. It's not giant hogweed, but it's not that much better. Yeah. I must admit, if I had a lawn full of brambles or other nasty bits, we'd be having a visit from the weed killer people, by which I mean me, and a sprayer full of weed killer. Hmm. The one thing I have kind of tried to do, or thought about doing, or ignored doing and thought about, has been grabbing all the pumpkin seeds at the end of the year and just scattering them throughout the lawn. See if they'll come up. I can imagine that's actually delectable. Trying to think if I have anything to paste. I've got so much stuff here, it'd be a good idea to just turn it into paste and coat something before the end of the night. Go a little further on this one now, but there's way more paste than we need. Shoulder stretch. So glad I don't do any crazy paper tearing anymore. These are a little bit wide. Interesting. Could be a reason my dad is having so much trouble with his pumpkins. Yep, just throw them on out there. If they grow, they grow. If they don't, well, whatever. Hmm. Quickly, there we go. That's good. Because I don't really want to bury them anyway. And we'll have to see, because generally the New York weather has had variable pumpkin aficionados or affinity. Some years we just don't get squat for pumpkins in the area. Well, they're free to do so. Lord knows I'm not going to stop them. They can rot back into the soil all they want. Especially if they bring new pumpkins next year. Now the dream is to get rich and famous enough doing this that I can hire a gardener. That's what happens with all us YouTubers, right? We all get rich and famous. Yeah, there is a lot of that too. Though there's less wildlife here in the town than my parents have to worry about up on the reservoir. They've got the whole host, rabbits, deer, everything. All the herbivorous monstrosities. Yeah, cooking gardener would be beautiful, wouldn't it? You make me meals that are calorically correct for me. You bring forth millions of pumpkins. Of course, the problem with gazillions of pumpkins is then you have to carve them. And every year we're able to get fewer and fewer because I keep making more and more, but still. Ugh. Can't even imagine wild hogs. Those guys will munch anything down to the nub. The scourge of better homes and gardens. Mostly the gardens. Can't say that shocks me. Well, the best I've got is I was staying up with my. At the time, I was staying briefly with my parents during my mother's convalescence, and we had a black bear show up that went after the suet on their bird feeders. Nice. Yeah, I know you can kind of track the game patterns on your property with the cameras. You know when the deer are where and when. Makes for good venison acquiring. Oh, I probably have 4 layers on this thing. Now I'm just getting tired. What time is it? 5 a.m. Oh, I was up at noonish today, I think. But I have so much paste left. Why did I make so much paste? Such an Egypt. Just kind of tired of layering. A great grandma and bear story? Do tell. You do the bear story, and that shall spark me to do one more layer. Be easier if this thing wasn't getting the top heaviness. Oh. Oh my. Because it got deer grapes. Didn't even warn the bear or anything. Someday I'd love to see the western half of the country. Oh, the grape thief became dinner. That is a good one. You got the layering doldrums here. We also have the haven't slept in a while doldrums. Also reminds me I haven't read or seen the Phantom Toll Booth in quite a while. I don't know why that. No, I know exactly why that jumped in my mind. Because I mentioned the doldrums. Man, even if I get this completely layered, I'm still going to have a ton of paste left. May have to just add some salt, cover it. Sleep on it and do more layering in the morning. It'll definitely keep. And this would be easier if I had a little bit more. Or I should say if I had this beach ball a little bit more locked in place so it wasn't quite so wobbly. pumpkin ears. I didn't even know what pumpkin ears would look like. I imagine people have put them on there before, though. Kind of think human-looking ears on a pumpkin would look awful, though. Very, very goofy. I'm imagining those political cartoons that always come out where the ears on the candidates are all Dumbo'd out. Yeah, maybe we will try a pumpkin mask. We'll learn everything wrong about it, and then we'll make a tutorial on it. Personally, though, I think that to do a pumpkin mask, you're probably going to need to use a camera as a vision source on the inside. I don't see how in heaven's name you could get enough good vision. Oh yeah, none of the traditional mask problems. See if you could mount the camera in a spot where the phone camera would poke out the nose or something. If not, then you get something with an expansion port and mount it on it. Have the phone inside so you can see where the hell you're going and what the hell you're looking at. Because I know vision is always a problem with my masks. I think the other thing a pumpkin mask would probably need is some sort of ventilation system. Some way to blow air in, or at least blow air around. The other thing I'm considering with a pumpkin mask would be buying a cheap hard hat, mounting that inside, so it wouldn't be too terribly uncomfortable to wear. I've seen a lot of people do it with like just foam, or try to do it with just foam. I just think it starts slipping and be a pain in the butt. Whereas an inbuilt attached hard hat would keep you continually in pretty good shape. He also does a lot of casting. I've never done casting, and I'm, I'm not intrigued about it. There's one guy from the UK who has a channel called Pumpkin Freak who makes his own casted pumpkins. I watched his stuff. Really cool. He's effectively mass producing the equivalent of a foam pumpkin. But then you're working with silicone and resin and expanding foam. Yeah, a lot of those expanding foams are not cheap. I mean, if it's your hobby and everything, great, but I could rotate one of these things to be a face cam, but I'd be moving over around the pumpkin a lot, so I figured the top one here is pretty good. And the rest just gets to show off my gray hairs. How you doing, Lindsay? Hope your morning is better than the last. I'll actually have to listen to the stream a little later to see how the lavalier is coming out. I'm very excited about it, can't lie. Good. The only thing I really got to watch out for with the lavalier is making sure that the BRB screen does not have any audio on it. Be nothing worse than like, all right, guys, I got to use the bathroom. Be right back. And then in the middle of that, splashy sounds. A 4-pack of Loctite foam, I'm guessing you mean. My stream is a 4-pack? I mean, I know the text is all goobered up. Yeah, I mean, looks all right. Yeah, I know. It should be, you guys should be seeing this screen, which is just the 2 camera angles, the stuff, the background, the text, and whatnot. And again, I got to fix that. I might go top side, bottom side, and then text over there with each of these being a little smaller. We'll see. No, you're strong. My stream. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I feel compelled to try to get the stream. Stream and camera displays. Yes, yes, I know. This is the secondary camera and this is the primary camera. I hope that's what you're referring to, because otherwise I'm also so confused. Or you guys are only seeing, you're seeing two of these? I'm very confused. And this thing is not showing me squat. Let's go to YouTube. What's this idiot displaying? Yeah, my stream is showing me what I have on the display screen. Although the lavalier is a little bit twitchy, I think. Yes. Yeah. There's all those 4 quarters. Cool. All right. So we are okay then. All right. The lavalier needs a little bit of love in terms of equalizers, but there's certainly no noise from it, which is nice. You can't hear the phone at all, or the fan. Fan, phone, same thing. Yeah, there's the 4 quadrants. The attention message can really be put over just about anything now, fortunately. Whizwanger! What's it? The what's it? Who's a jigger? And all our favorite expressions for that thing. All right, almost all the way back around. That was a little loud. But I do think, even though the lavalier isn't very well equalized, it's getting a lot clearer sound than the camera microphone. Yeah. It was the bear story's fault. Majesty the cat, how are you? Hi, little fuzzball. How are you? Oh, you're a good girl. Come back around. Yeah, good girl. more row section. Yeah, I've definitely been doing some of these with strips that were way too big. Those annoying wrinkles. Ooh, pardon. More garlic. Let's see if I can do a little bit of wrinkle repair here. Help if I got this magnet off. Come on. A couple of crap spots here. And this is what I get for using strips that are way too big. one's not a problem. These ones are. And that one is. There. The rest I can just about forgive. Completely over perfectionizing this one. Right. Okay. I'll give this brush a wash in the sink. Oh, let's cover this stuff with. Let's be crazy and sneaky. Don't need that. Don't need that. Holy crap. That should not be in there. Let's just put that there instead. This one is not one I wanted to use for this, but
might end up using it for it. To cover the bowl, we shall use another bowl. There, that's covered. Ta-da! Ah, fantabulous. I'm freaking exhausted. All right, folks. For anybody still with me, thank you so much for hanging out this evening. I very much appreciate it. Let's just minimize that. And right now, I am exhausted. And the microphone seems to work. The double camera angle seems to work. So we are in great shape. So thanks very much. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And until later, keep your pumpkins shining bright.